Two young rising stars are about to explode in 2025 and 2026. These players are primed to elevate their teams to the next level.
Well, he didn't point at Austin. Austin was out of the play, but then he scores there and he goes, 1, 2, got both of you.
You saw this last year when Andrew Nembhard went from second rounder to major finals piece, and when Jalen Williams busted through expectations into an all-NBA third-team selection, and arguably the league's best Robin. That's the exact progression teams are dying to replicate. Now meet the two guys who fit my rising stars ready to take the next step criteria. They're 22 and 24 respectively, and they closed 2024 and 2025 playing the best ball of their lives. I'll break down exactly why they'll take the next step this coming NBA season. Now, the best way for a team to get to the next level is for their own players to take the next step. Last year, we saw it. Internal development flipped the finals. Nembhard became a key piece and J-Dub jumped to All-NBA. Now it's time to meet the next two guys ready to follow that path, and let's break it down. But before we do that, just a little editor's note. I have a type. In my 2025 draft reaction video, I talked about the Raptors having a type. Well, I have mine too. What's my type, you ask? Big team-first players. Guys that move the ball, love assists just as much as points, and they play their asses off. They rebound, compete on defense, and I'll say it again, are team first. I'm not a fan of ball stoppers who only play one side of the court. There. Glad I got that off my chest. Now on to my breakout stars. First, let's head to the Windy City to talk about their point guard, Josh Giddey. As of writing, he hasn't re-signed with Chicago yet, but all signs are pointing to that happening. They got Giddey last season from OKC in a trade that sent star role player Alex Caruso to the Thunder. This is one of those rare trades where I thought then, and still do now, that both teams won this trade. Josh Giddey was not what the Thunder needed, and Alex Caruso couldn't be as impactful on a struggling Bulls team. The swap of these two guys allowed them both to flourish and be the best version of their basketball selves. Now, why do I think Giddey is set for a breakout? Well, first let's look at the stats. He averaged 14.6 points, 8.1 rebounds, 7.2 assists, and 30.2 minutes per game for the whole season. But if you bring it down further, you see his growth as the year progressed. Since the calendar turned to 2025, he averaged 16.2 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 7.3 assists in 32.2 minutes. Then, even one step further, after the All-Star break, he averaged 21.2 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 9.3 assists in 34.2 minutes since the All-Star break. As the season went on and Bulls coach Billy Donovan played Giddey more and more, all of his stats got better. So good that after the All-Star break, he damn near averaged a triple-double. Giddey is an elite passer, and when I say elite, I mean like 0.1% in the whole NBA level passing. But what makes him so special is that he doesn't dominate the ball the way most other high assets players do. He can control the game without a super high usage rate. In his excellent late season play, he had a usage rate of 23.7. Contrast that with the two Orlando Magic stars Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, who had usage rates of 34.9 and 29.9 respectively. And if you add their assists together, 4.5 for Paolo and 4.4 for Franz, they are less than what Giddey averaged on his own. Talk about affecting a game without dominating the ball. The biggest knock on Giddey has been his shooting, and I get that. But this past season was his best three-point shooting of his career. His form is improving, and most of all, his confidence and comfort are getting much better. If that holds for the future, everybody needs to watch out. The more they put the ball in his hands, the better the team was, ending the season with a 17-10 record. That's right, during Giddey's most productive part of the season, the team was also playing their best, and I don't think that's a coincidence. His ascent was punctuated by the Bulls' epic comeback at home against the LA Lakers, where Giddey had a triple-double of 25 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists, including 6 points, 2 assists, and a huge steal in the final 1 minute and 15 seconds of the fourth quarter. And they finished off the Lakers with a beautiful half-court shot to seal the win.
Bulls are out of timeouts. 2 seconds left. Giddey for the win. Go!
My God! I cannot believe this!
As for this coming season, the stage is set to hand the keys over to Giddey 100%. Surround him with shooters and athletes to run, and you may just have yourself the next Indiana Pacers. Now, I'm not saying that jump is happening this season, but the foundation is there. Giddey has the mindset and aggressiveness to spearhead the Bulls' attack just like Halliburton does for the Pacers. I would not be surprised if 22, 10, and 9 with his first All-Star Game selection is in the cards for the 25-26 NBA season. Things are looking up for my childhood team. Now we're going to move out west for my second breakout star who's playing in the PNW, Israel's own Deni Avdija. He had a season structure very similar to Giddey. He started off slow, and as the season progressed, the coach became more and more confident in him. And by these stats, you can see exactly what Blazers coach Chauncey Billups was actually seeing. 16.9, 7.3, and 3.9 in 30 minutes averaged for the whole season. 19.8 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 4.5 assists in 32.6 minutes since January 1st, and 23.3 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 5.2 assists in 33.6 minutes since the All-Star game. Deni was a highly touted prospect when he was drafted in 2020 by the Wizards, but the beginning of his career was not looking so good. Averaging 8 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 2 assists in 24 minutes a game is definitely not what you want from a top 10 pick. Then, in year 4, the Wizards started playing him more and entrusting him with the ball, and bam, things started to turn around. Stats jumped to 14, 8, and 4 in 30 minutes a game, so of course the Wizards did the wizardy thing to do and they traded him. Now, they did get 2 first-round picks from Portland, but the guy who just finished this past season is almost guaranteed to be better than who they would get with those picks. Deni showed last season that he has a lot more on-ball skills than we thought. He may not be your primary initiator on every play, but as a secondary playmaker and part-time number 1, I think he can flourish. Capping off his stellar end to the season, he led the Blazers to a win over the Hawks with a 32, 15, and 10 triple-double, showing again that he is more than a role player. Now, as good as his offensive improvement is, he might be better on the other side of the ball. Being 6'9", 240 pounds with long arms and an endless motor, there are all-NBA defensive teams in his future. He and defensive star Toumani Camara led the Blazers to the 3rd best defense to finish the year. Deni is growing into being one of the best two-way wings in the whole NBA. This is the type of player these young Blazers can depend on. He's looking like Franz Wagner with more edge on defense type. Now, why do I think he's about to break out? Well, I believe the Blazers as a team are about to break out. I made a video about how much I like this team's future, and since then, I like it even more. Drew Holiday is expensive and old, but is there a more perfect vet and backup guard to have for this team? Like I said, the Blazers finished the season playing the 3rd best defense in the league. Adding a defensive savant like Holiday is only going to help them. He can mentor young guards Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe to help them take the next step, but he can even finish games for this team as a defensive anchor with Toumani Camara. If they can flip Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams III for some draft picks or different assets, this team could blow up, even if it's just an addition by subtracting those players and giving their minutes to young guys, especially Avdija. In the draft, they took a big swing, and I mean big swing. Drafting Chinese big man Young Hansen was a shocking pick, especially at number 16 in the first round. They maybe could have traded back more to get him, but as reports come out, he was targeted by other teams too. Taking him tells me 2 things. They think this young core led by my breakout star Deni Avdija is ready to go. Young is extremely skilled, humongous, and a team-first player to enhance the young talent this Blazers team already has. This young Blazers team has all the makings of a big step forward this year, and if Deni takes another leap from the end of last season's play like I am predicting, they may have their star to lead them to the Western Conference contention. It would be hard for Denny to make the All-Star team in the West, but if they do the USA versus the World All-Star Game format, he 100% will be one of the 12 best for the World team. I can't wait to watch Denny lead this Portland team this season. These two are hard-nosed, team-first, make everyone better kind of players. They're not flashy, they just have winning in their DNA, and that's the type of breakout we're about to witness. I am so ready for both of these players to build off of last season and have the breakout years that will make them both household names around the league. So, what type of league will they be trying to break out in? Check out my video on what we learned from these past NBA finals and how it will affect the rest of the league as they build their teams moving forward. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button and subscribe because it really does help us bring you quality content just like this every single week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.